I guess the idea of working really hard towards something and not seeing immediate results like that, it just like doesn't excite me so much. I think a lot of people, when we talk about confidence, what we're actually talking about is self-esteem. Confidence and self-esteem, they're similar, they're related, they contribute to one another, but they're different. I heard a girl talking about confidence being uncomfortable in a video, and I really resonated with everything that she was saying. I just think that a lot of what she was talking about was self-esteem and not necessarily confidence. To me, confidence is situational. So you can develop confidence in an area of your life in doing a certain thing, a certain job, a certain sport, the way that you interact with people and communicate, like your speaking skills. And it can be learned and developed that way. And it might not translate to every other area in your life. Self-esteem, on the other hand, is this inherent sense of self-worth that exists within you and is present in everything that you do, in every way that you show up. No matter if you are successful, if you fail, if you're qualified, if you are skilled at what you're doing, if you have experience or not, if you make a fool of yourself, none of that matters if you have a healthy sense of self-esteem, because you believe that you're worthy. You are worthy just because you are. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of respect and success, even if you're not perfect at everything. So confidence can affect your self-esteem, but it's not the whole picture. Like becoming confident in your job, it might boost your self-esteem because you'll start to feel more capable. But a high self-esteem also comes from how you treat yourself, how you speak to yourself, your values, and how you perceive your own worth, even when you're not succeeding. Now, self-esteem impacts your confidence as well. When you have a strong self-esteem, you're more likely to take risks and put yourself in situations where you can build confidence because you believe that you're worthy of success and failure is not going to diminish that. So self-esteem is this frequency that is underlying everything else, that is steady and kind of omnipresent in your reality. And it supports you in all contexts. So to me, there are 4 qualities that are needed in order to build confidence. And when I speak about confidence in this video, I'm going to use the word confidence more often than not, but oftentimes I'm talking about your sense of self-esteem as well. I'm talking about that inherent internal sense of worth and value. So in order to build confidence, you need resilience, you need self-discipline, you need consistency, and you need self-awareness. Resilience is the ability to move forward in the face of failure, in the face of rejection and any setbacks. These failures and rejections, they don't diminish who you are. They don't diminish your value. They are lessons for your own growth. So you develop confidence by enduring these moments and proving to yourself that you're capable of bouncing back. Self-discipline is showing up for yourself even when you do not feel like it. Taking small, consistent action every single day in the direction of the life that you desire. It strengthens your self-trust. And this is so crucial for inner confidence. Because I'm someone who is very multi-passionate and I have so many different interests and I feel my energy pulled in many different directions throughout the day, the week, the month, the year, that I struggle to stick to something and remain disciplined long enough to see the results that would build my confidence and that would build self-trust. And even though I abandon one interest or one hobby for something else that I'm equally or more excited about, I still am not proving to myself that I can remain with one thing even when it becomes boring. So I often don't get to see and witness what could come from remaining committed and disciplined in one area. And something that I started doing again at the beginning of this year was weightlifting. And this is something I've always been active, done something active, physical every day. And that has changed over the years. And I'll get really into one thing, whether it's like trail running and hiking or weightlifting or CrossFit or doing HIIT workouts or yoga. I get really into it, really excited for a year, a couple years max. But for whatever reason, this commitment that I made to weightlifting this year, this has been the fucking game changer for me, because I decided, I made this decision, I'm going to do this, I'm going to commit, I'm going to work with a coach, I'm going to do what he says. And I just had to accept that I'm not going to see results instantly. I'm always seeing all this evidence of people online that I follow that I knew what was possible. I guess the idea of working really hard towards something and not seeing immediate results like that, it just like doesn't excite me so much. But I knew I had seen enough people that I was like, you know what? I can do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fucking do this. So I decided to start working with this coach, and I show up every day. Every damn day. I do my workouts and I put everything into them. I don't ever half-ass it. I am there. I don't care how I feel, honestly. I get to the gym and I give it everything I've got. Because I know I'm there for an hour and a half. That's it. I just need to push through, give it my all. And what this has done, this discipline and consistency, what this has done for my confidence and then in turn my self-esteem has been unbelievable, beyond what I could have expected. And I will say that I can almost attribute the fact that I'm doing my YouTube channel now to the commitment I've made to weightlifting, because I've wanted to do this YouTube channel and everything, and showing up online and social media and sharing my message for so many years. Like I've said, I wasn't doing it though. I wasn't doing it. And it was like, I hadn't developed the trust in myself. Like I didn't trust myself that I would commit and actually follow through and do it. That's the thing that weightlifting has given me, is like, I showed up and I've committed. It's only been 8 months, but it's been 8 months of just relentless showing up no matter what and seeing changes slowly over time and being so proud of myself and loving the person that I am becoming and loving that I show up for myself, loving the way that I feel, the way that I look, my energy, and it's allowing me to truly appreciate and accept and embrace and be proud of who I am. And that confidence has translated to enhancing and strengthening my self-esteem and giving me the ability to show up in the ways that I always wanted to. Being disciplined, it's not about perfection. Staying committed to growth and just showing up consistently. No matter the emotional ups and downs, no matter how you feel, no matter what fears pop up in your mind, because they're going to, no matter what excuses, what doubts you have, and the confusion that is self-generated, that you create, all these obstacles and reasons why you can't do the thing. It's like this procrastination, this self-sabotage. All of that is generated from a lack of self-trust. So discipline, consistency. And finally, self-awareness. And this is where the kind of spiritual aspect comes in for me, because knowing who you are at your core is going to allow you to stand firmly in your confidence, even when any external factors try to shake you, whether it's family, friends, just cultural pressure, societal norms that make you question your identity or what resonates for you. Having self-awareness, it means being able to recognize your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, and your triggers. This is going to lead to having clarity. This clarity is going to lead to authentic confidence, because you are no longer trying to be someone that you're not. Because I promise you, you're not going to be able to develop confidence and self-esteem if you're pretending to be someone else, if you are putting on a persona, because you're being fake. It's a lie. How can you trust yourself? And if you don't trust yourself, why would you have confidence? You won't. This spiritual aspect is very important. And there are practices that you can do to help you develop this, like meditation, like journaling, like visualization. These things will help you align to your authentic self. You need to take time to sit and get to know yourself. Understand who you are before anyone told you who to be. This will make you feel so much more grounded. You gotta be able to trust yourself and your own intuition. If you are connected to your intuition, you will not be questioning whether you're moving in the right direction. Many people are disconnected from their intuition. And this is what creates insecurity and doubt and feeling like you're not enough and feeling like you're being judged and worrying about what other people think and having a lack of confidence. You need to rebuild this connection with yourself. When you have that strong connection and you know who you are and you know what you're meant to be doing and you know that you have a purpose here and a mission and you want to share it and you know that you have something important to say and you know that you have inherent value, confidence is a byproduct of that. Confidence and self-esteem are a byproduct of that. I know it can be really hard to silence out all the external noise and the opinions of other people when you are following your intuition, because it's not always going to make sense to other people from the outside. It probably usually won't, but you need to put your own needs and desires first, even when it feels uncomfortable or risky. It's scary. It is really scary to show up as yourself, totally vulnerable, because confidence requires vulnerability. It's not about just always appearing strong. It's about authenticity, being able to expose your flaws, your shortcomings, and knowing that none of that diminishes your value. Vulnerability is obviously uncomfortable because it opens you up to judgment and rejection and criticism, but it also creates deeper connections and a more authentic sense of self. It's so rare for people to show up truly vulnerable. And it's because we are afraid. We are afraid of these things. We're afraid of judgment and rejection. And most of us were probably taught from a very early age that it was not okay to share every aspect of yourself with the world. We were taught that there were certain parts of us that are not acceptable, certain parts that we should kind of tuck away, certain parts that are not appropriate, certain parts that are too much. And then we were celebrated and congratulated for other aspects. And those are the ones that we tend to bring forth. So we're constantly trying to manage the way that we appear to other people and the way that we show up in the world. And that is so exhausting. If you can allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to just show up as your true self 100% of the time, no matter what, even when it's terrifying, the more you can expose your authentic self to the world, the less you will need external validation. And this will inherently build your confidence and your self-esteem. So many people want to feel confident before they take action on something. But confidence, it actually comes as a result of taking action. You do not build it by thinking about it. You build it by doing the thing. Like I mentioned before, there's this common hesitation that people have around taking action, and it feels really comfortable to stay in the planning and preparation stage. Growth happens when you just jump in to the unknown. The reason why confidence aligns with spiritual growth is because it involves stepping into the fullest version of yourself and who you are meant to be. Your higher self is a version of you that is confident, that is empowered, that is aligned with your true purpose. And the more that you can connect with that version of yourself, the easier that it will become to express confidence. And having practices like visualization or affirmations can help you align with your higher self. And a lot of people think it's woo-woo, it doesn't actually do anything. It does. And Affirmations can be very powerful, especially if you do mirror work and you do them looking in the mirror, talking to yourself. Visualize the person that you want to become. Visualize the way that you carry yourself, the way that you show up in relationships. Where do you live? What do you do for a living? How do you spend your time? How do you feel? What is your aura? What's your energy like? When you can align with that energy, confidence will naturally follow because you are trusting your purpose and your path. The more spiritually grounded you are, the less that outside influences will sway your confidence. You have to get to a place where the discomfort of remaining the same and living in a way that doesn't feel true and hiding yourself and feeling ashamed and feeling embarrassed and feeling unworthy, that discomfort is greater than the discomfort of changing. I spent so many years of my life not feeling good enough, feeling unworthy, not feeling lovable, feeling undeserving, comparing myself to other people, feeling jealous and envious, and wishing that things were different, wishing that I was different. All of this comes from, it's not only a lack of confidence, it's a lack of self-esteem. And so many of us were not raised with a healthy model of what that looked like. If you did not have parents or caregivers that had a well-developed, healthy self-esteem, it will be very unlikely that you will be able to develop it yourself throughout your childhood, adolescence, and young adulthood. And usually you get to a place later in life where you realize that you have not been showing up authentically, because that's what it is. If you had caregivers that did not have healthy self-esteem, they may have been confident in certain areas of their life, maybe their career, but if they didn't have a healthy self-esteem, you will not have developed it unless you had other very influential caretakers or adults in your life who influenced this. But if you didn't, it's something that you will have to develop as an adult. It is not an easy process. It is not comfortable, but it does take leaning into the discomfort and taking the action. That discomfort is a sign that growth is happening. This is how you are going to unlock your true power. And little bonus tip, body language is so important here. Body language communicates so much about the way that you feel about yourself. Your body language it's your relationship with yourself externalized. I don't know if I've been in workshops before where we've done like power pose where your feet are rooted into the ground, firm. You can feel, visualize roots growing from your feet down into the earth. You're grounded, your broad chest, shoulders back, and you are claiming your place on this earth. And you don't need to necessarily do all of that, but notice how you carry yourself. Notice your body language. Are you shoulders shrugged forward like this, cowering, hiding? Oh, I'm just trying to make yourself small. I don't deserve to be seen or heard. I'm unworthy. Don't look at me. Don't mind me. I mean, that is so telling about the way that somebody feels about themselves. And not only that, but it's a very protective posture, protecting the heart, the chest cave forward. And confidence and self-esteem is about expansion. It's about expanding yourself and showing up unapologetic. Chest forward, heart open, shoulders down and back. This is me and I love me and I hope that you do too, but if you don't, it's okay. Because again, we're not for everyone. You're not for everyone. I'm not for everyone. Who fucking gives a shit? How boring of a world would it be if everyone was for everyone? What makes you special are all the ways in which you are different from everyone else, not the ways that you're the same as everyone else. That's what makes you just boring and predictable and forgettable. But that's not really you. The real you is exciting and interesting and unforgettable. All right, that is all I will say about that for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. I just yapped into this camera for 40 minutes recording the video. I forgot to set up my microphone. So many things to remember, and I can't believe I didn't think of it until after I was done. And then honestly, I thought to myself, oh no, no. I am not, that was 40 minutes. I still have another video to record after this. I am not doing it again. We're just going to be okay with it. It doesn't matter. I don't need the microphone. I'm just going to edit the video as it is. And then the inner perfectionist is like, no, you fucking slacker. Like, really? Really? You don't have anything else that you need to do. I mean, I have to edit for the rest of the day, but like, you don't have anywhere. You have the time. The house is empty. There's no one here. You can do it. So here we are recording it again. I hope that it is as good as the first one, because I will tell you, it was pretty fucking good. Anyways, I'm not sick. These sniffles are, I got some kind of shit going on with food sensitivities. So sometimes when I eat, then I get the sniffles. Check this out. I wanted to do a little ASMR for you guys. I got the microphone wet. By the way, Waterloo spiced apple sparkling water. It's very good. I also have the Whole Foods brand spiced cider sparkling water. They're both very good. This one tastes like applesauce, which sounds bad, but it's not. It's good because it's cinnamony applesauce. I would say the Whole Foods one tastes more like cider, but they're both good. Anyways,